Joro says, how to better manage security with being active, wanting to move some NFTs to a hardware vault, but still want to be able to verify in Discord, token gated drops, etc. First thing I would say was be able to read and understand the pop-ups that MetaMask gives you when you're going to sign a transaction, because it's giving you a lot of information and people are not really differentiating between the different types of transactions that they're, approving and sending and stuff. And so I would say that would be my first one, because, a lot of this stuff that they are specifically talking about being a little bit worried doing with a hardware wallet, and that I see other people on Twitter talk about, there's literally nothing to worry about if you're actually signing the transaction that you think you're signing. Like just confirming that I control this wallet. Nothing can possibly happen when you just connect to a site like that. You know what I mean? But you might think you're just connecting to a site when you're actually giving approval to so-and-so if you don't actually know how to read the pop-ups.
Yeah, you're connecting to a scam site that looks like Collabland, and it basically, if they're asking you to pay gas just to prove that you own something, that's a big red flag. You should never have to do that, because they can read your wallet basically for free. Definitely recommend getting a hardware wallet to basically anyone that has any sort of significant, reasonable type of NFT portfolio or crypto portfolio. It is so much more secure. But yes, you still need to be careful with what you're doing. I guess probably best practice would be to have your high value assets in a cold wallet and just never interact with any smart contracts ever.
But that's such a flawed idea, because, like, for instance, you had your ape, you wouldn't get your mutant and you wouldn't get your dog if you never interacted with smart contracts.
Yes, I mean, in theory, you could like transfer it out of that wallet and then back in, and then all that kind of stuff.
I mean, what's the difference between having it in the secure wallet and having it in the secure wallet? Sometimes it's like you've crossed that threshold. So what's the
there are people working on really cool things which will allow you to have your NFTs in one wallet and then like prove ownership of it from a different wallet.
I saw something like that on Twitter, but there was too many tweets explaining it, so I didn't want to read them all.
Yeah, no, I've heard like a couple of different people talk about working on that lately. And it just seems like it's definitely doable technologically, and it just seems like something that everyone would want. So keep an eye out for those.
Don't rush and get tricked. You know what I mean? Like, so sometimes with these bigger projects, where the main NFT is quite valuable and something you would want to store in a hardware wallet, there are going to be times where you need to interact with that NFT in order to get an airdrop, for instance, although it wouldn't technically be an airdrop if you had to use it, but you know what I'm saying? But like, don't just see a message on Discord and think that all of a sudden it's there and rush in to go do it, because that's where you can get burnt. If you can just kind of sit back and wait and go, oh, this actually is this. I'm confirming that this is definitely the site. I'm reading what MetaMask is saying when it pulls up. That's when you're able to interact with your NFTs that are in a hardware wallet in a way that gets you the value that you can get by interacting with the NFTs, while not actually exposing yourself to the danger of just getting really excited and going to, mint this thing that you're supposedly on a whitelist for by having this.
Yeah, definitely agree with that. And I guess, like, to answer the very first part of the question, how to better manage security with being active, all of your activity probably shouldn't be on your hardware wallet. You should have your hardware wallet, which is a vault, and your cold wallet that you interact with very sparingly, and then a hot wallet, which is what you do your like day-to-day activity with. If you want to mint something somewhat random, or just general trading, I think most people use a hot wallet for that. And then obviously you need to be even more aware of the things you're signing and cognizant of, because but it at least protects your high value assets, so that in the worst case scenario, your hot wallet gets compromised, your PC gets hacked, someone gets your seed phrase, whatever ends up happening, they only have access to your like day-to-day transactions and funds rather than your high value assets.